to the February 18th, 2025 Sebring City Council meeting. If y'all stand with me, the mayor's going to lead us in a prayer and a pledge.
Please bow with me. Lord, thank you once again for the city that we live in. Thank you for the staff that keeps it running smoothly. We ask that you watch over them and guide them. We ask that you watch over our responders as today we honor another individual that has put his life on the line to protect us. We ask that all we do in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for that. Ms. Haley, call the roll, please.
Mayor Shute.
Here.
Carlisle. Haywood.
Here.
Mendel.
Here.
Stewart.
Here.
Bishop.
Here. All right, if anyone from the audience has something they would like to discuss that is not on the agenda, you can fill out one of the forms on the front table here, hand it in to Clerk Haley, and we will get to you later in the meeting. Mayor's report.
Just a couple things. HGTV, as you all know, was here last year. It's filmed for a while. Well, our watch party for the initial reveal is going to be March 9th at 8 o'clock on the Circle. Thanks to Anna, who's been coordinating a lot of this, and Christy, and Scott helped a little bit, but no. They've been working hard on it and making sure everything's arranged and getting going the right way. But it'll be a fun event. I think it's really going to be exciting. Got a lot of interest in it. A lot of people in town now. If you go down on the weekend, people are just roaming around looking stuff, and you talk to them, and most of them are here because of what's going to happen. So March 9th is a Sunday night on the Circle at 8 o'clock. We'll be live streaming it, and it'll be a good event. And again, thanks, Hannah, for all you're doing for that stuff. So, but also the 15th was National School Resource Officer Appreciation Day, and we just give out a big shout out to our three resource officers. Crystal Burns, who's with the Sebring Pre-K Center. Diego Serrano is with Woodlawn, and of course Wilma Tyndall is with Sebring Meadows. So thanks for what they do, and the rest of the officers also. And now it's kind of this happy sad thing that we get to do. If Matt would come up to the front. Chief, if you're coming up with him. We have another esteemed retiree. We're at John Matt Cloud, began his career with the City Police Department as police officer in December 2006, and we're at Matt Cloud from 2019, and whereas Matt Cloud was appointed to the position of Detective Corporal in 2024, and whereas Matt Cloud has served assistant to the City of Sebring in the Department for over 17 years with honor and distinction, and whereas Matt Cloud retired from this position as Detective Corporal on February 14, 2025. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor, city clerk, and members of the city council of the city of Sebring do hereby convey their sincere appreciation for years of dedicated public service rendered to the city and its citizens. In witness thereof, I hereunder set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Sebring to be affixed to the same day of February, in the year of our Lord 2025. Appreciate all you done.
These are undoubtedly bittersweet. I'm excited for Matt to lead his family into the next chapter. They've been with us for a very long time, and we're excited for what life may bring in the future. Of course, for Sad he's leaving. He's been a fixture at the department for a very long time. You'll notice it said 17 years of service, even though the math wasn't quite adding up. Matt was with us full-time, went to a part-time officer for a little while, and we have managed to lure him back. He's been a full-time officer again with us now for several years. We're very excited for you. We're going to miss the heck out of you. Please don't be a stranger and stay safe. That's all I have.
That's it? Okay. Ms. Mendel.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Matt Cloud, for your service, and we appreciate you very much, and all our first responders, the police department,
Oh,
and
excuse me, Ms.
fire.
Mendel, just a second.
What?
Where's Carl?
Please.
Yeah,
Carl, we got
you gotta do the
request to
badge
present
and
his
the,
badge in that.
Oh.
Get a picture real quick. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's fine. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Shall I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Okay. This past weekend, we had the celebration of 100 years for the Temple Israel here in town, our Jewish community. And I went to that celebration, a very lovely event. And they actually have a Torah scroll there, original Torah scroll that they've had for years and years. And we had a wonderful banquet and a good time of fellowship. It was just a amazing event. To think they've been here, and of course Marvin and Elsa Khan were very instrumental in getting that all established, and the mayor read the proclamation last meeting, and then I read it at the celebration, so that was an honor to be included in that. That's all I have.
Thank you for doing that, Terry.
It was wonderful.
Thank you. Josh.
No report.
Harrison.
No report.
All right. Flying right through this thing. Next up is the consent agenda. Any questions or comments on the consent agenda? Anything from the public? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Pull the board, please.
Avery,
Yes.
Mendel,
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
Bishop.
Yes. You want to finish up, Carl? Okay. Sorry. Nope,
Am I presenting?
yep, you're up.
Mayor, council, and staff, good evening. Item number 6B on the agenda is to request to present Corporal Matt Cloud with his commemorative service video awards. That includes his uniform, badge, service handgun, and a retired officer ID card. As we've just covered in his proclamation, Matt's been with the department for approximately 17 years. And Florida Statute 112-193, which is attached as part of your agenda item summary, authorizes the city and or department to reward these. With that, we have a requested motion to approve the request to declare Corporal Matt Cloud service handgun as surplus so we can buy another one, and present him with a uniform badge, retired officer identification card, and authorize the purchase of a replacement service handgun for future issuance.
I'll make a motion that we approve the request to declare Corporal Matt Cloud service handgun as surplus so that it may be presented to him with a uniform badge and retired officer identification card, and authorize the purchase of a replacement service handgun for future issuance.
Second.
Pull the board, please.
Avery,
Yes.
Mendel,
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
Bishop.
Yes.
Thank you very much, and I
Thank you.
apologize for getting this.
No,
out
it's all right.
early.
You're good. All right, moving on. Item 10A. We have a
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
thank you. St. Patrick's Day event. We have anyone here? No? All right. I guess I don't know. Scott, do you want to give us a kind of a summary of what they're doing here? Or?
So between Gavigan's and 301, they're looking to have a St. Patrick's Day event. They're asking for a closure of South Commerce from the circle essentially to Mango. We'll close it to Wall Street initially, and if necessary, open it to Mango.
Got it.
And then they're looking for a waiver of the open container ordinance, so they'll, in front of their businesses and down the street to Wall Street or Mango,
Mm-hmm.
would be enclosed in that area, if you will.
Okay.
Date's March 17th, St. Patty's Day. Time of the event's 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. And the road closures would be from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Anybody have any questions or comments? No? Anybody from the public? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the event as presented, conditioned upon providing the appropriate insurance certificate showing at least $1 million of liability insurance and naming the city as additional insured at least 10 days prior to the event.
Second.
Pull the board, please.
Avery,
Yes.
Mendel,
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
Bishop.
Yes. All right, Mr. Swain.
Agenda item 12A describes what is a proposed settlement agreement between the Bennett's and the city of Sebring. There's been a lawsuit with the Bennett's filed against the city and Duke Energy for several years now that ended in a final judgment in 2023. The Bennett's filed an appeal, and the item for your consideration is whether you wish to resolve it as sort of a business decision. The proposed, the lawsuit regarded access, and what is being proposed is the city would deed the Bennett's a portion of property along Sunnyland Drive adjacent to their property that would allow them to access their property from Sunnyland as opposed to running through the city, which that was the subject of the lawsuit. This allows them to have just a little corner from the city's parcel to access their property. The proposed agreement would have the city waive a claim for the cost judgment the city obtained during the lawsuit. There is a light pole in the area that would be deeded to the Bennett's. The relocation of that, the city would pay Duke to move that over onto the city's property. The city, of course, would realign its fence to separate its property from the Bennett's property on that corner. The parties would sign releases. The Bennett's would give Duke an aerial easement for Duke utilities lines. The form of the settlement agreement that you see in the agreement is not the final version. It has been subject to one of the city's lawyers looking at it. She has two additional items she believes would be agreeable to the Bennett's lawyers. She has not talked to them about it, so if council wishes to move forward, these are two important items that we'd want to have included. One of which is that the release that the city would give would be specific as to the issues raised in this lawsuit, not more generally. In case there's other property owned by the Bennett's, it wouldn't be releasing other unrelated matters, and that the agreement would be recordable, so that not only does the agreement say it binds successors, but it would be recordable so future owners of that property would see that this issue has been resolved, and so the city wouldn't get to go round and round with somebody else that might say they didn't know anything about it. So if the city is, again, this is that the city isn't really getting anything out of the lawsuit or continued fighting in the appeal other than the opportunity to spend lots of money. So if you want to resolve it, this would allow us to essentially just to stop spending on that issue.
Okay.
Mr. and Mrs. Bennett are here. I don't know if they wish to address council, but they are here.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions or comments?
The only question I have is, Bob, do I need to amend the requested motion for the two changes that you're suggesting?
Yes, sir, and we would need, again, to run these changes by the other parties involved, to make sure everybody, I think these will be acceptable changes. But yes, a motion to approve the settlement agreement would be to also approve the additional changes.
Okay. I'm open to finishing this thing so we can move on.
I think it's a good business decision. We can stop paying Bob Swain. So
All right.
I think it's a good solution too, so.
So just for confirmation, we would not be signing this agreement that you presented, but we will be signing an amended agreement that you will bring over with the changes, if that's how they approve that.
Yes,
This
ma'am,
one
that
will
is
not be the
correct.
agreement that they're approving, okay.
Oddly enough, this is what the Bennett's approached the city about many years ago as a resolution that we were told by Duke we could not do at that time. And that was probably 7 or 8 years ago now.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve the settlement agreement as presented with future changes and authorize Council President Bishop to execute and deliver it.
And I second it.
Take one, please.
Avery,
Yes.
Mendel,
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
Bishop.
Yes. All right. Moving on to administrator.
Good evening, council. Agenda items 13A is project report. The only real two changes here, we have relocation of the Public Works Utilities site, which is a contract that you all approved at your February 4th meeting with Ross Macbeth for 3 properties that his family owns, and the city has contracted for a phase 1 environmental for that. And then the purchase of the building at 126 West Center. We've also contracted for a phase 1 environmental on that structure as well.
All right. Thank you. Clerk Haley.
Also, it's paying the bills, please.
Second.
Hold the board.
Sorry, Haver,
Yes.
Mendel,
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
Bishop,
Yes.